All right, who's ready to drop the puck on hockey season? Coyote General Manager Bill Armstrong here in studio on the Extra Point, and it's feeling like hockey season outside, isn't it?
It's only about 120 out there. Absolutely. Feels like hockey season, but yeah, it does. It's this internal clock that gets moving inside, and you're like, okay, it's time to play some hockey.
Well, and of course, the team went over to Australia to start the preseason.
Yeah.
So have you recovered? How valuable was that trip?
Oh, it was great. You know, the people over there were the greatest thing. They were so excited for us to be there and to have hockey, NHL hockey in their city. And as you walked around the arena, there was jerseys from every single team that people were wearing, and they were just fascinated by it. And so it was a great setup in there, and you know, we learned a little bit about Australia and bonded. There's very few times can you go away as a team in training camp, you know, with 25 guys and kind of have that bonding session. So that's going to pay dividends for us later on. And I've always believed, like, you know, teams that become a family that bond early on, they'll fight harder for each other. So I like the way that we bonded over in Australia. We played the Kings, a really, really good team, and we ended up winning one, and they won one. It was a battle. So to play that type of high-level hockey that early on in the summer, it's a good sign.
So what did you learn about your team? What did you learn about your team's identity?
Well, we're a lot faster. We're a lot more skilled. We're going to play an exciting brand of hockey. There's going to be moments where we're not safe, maybe to say, but it's going to be enjoyable for the fans to watch. We're a different team than we were before. Some of our young guys have gotten a little bit better. Some of our rookies are coming in are pretty high-end skill guys. So it's an exciting point. And then you've got the older guys that are returning, the Clayton Kellers, the Crouches, the Schmoltz, the Haydens. And then we've added in some really nice free agents with Zucker and Curefoot and Dumba. So you know, it's an exciting team to watch. You know, it's we're taking that step. You know, I'm not sure that we're a playoff contender, but what we are is a team that's better than last year and a team that's going to play as goal to play meaningful games down the stretch.
You watch what the Arizona Diamondbacks are doing. You taking some inspiration from them?
Oh, absolutely. That's an amazing story. How they've just kind of come into their own. They're a tough team. Teams don't want to play them, you know, and they spanked the Dodgers in the first one, so they'll be looking to do the same. So, but I mean, that's great to see, you know, and especially in this market. I know there's a lot of Dodger fans in this market. Sometimes there's one behind us over there, so it's great to see the D-backs kicking some butt.
Yeah, we'll talk to him in just a moment. The president of the Arizona Coyotes, and he's got some great shoes on today.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about some of the guys on the team. Tell us about Cooley, for instance.
Yeah.
Because that goal in Australia was one of those things where you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It was great. It's great for hockey. It was great for the people of Australia and Arizona Coyotes fans to see the young talent coming. You know, I'm not sure he's going to score that goal every night, but he is that type of exciting player that pushes the boundaries of what you can do. And when he was in Arizona last year, he scored a lacrosse goal against ASU. So he's pretty dynamic in that way. He's going to have some ups and downs as a rookie. He's going to go through some tough periods, some good periods. But what you have is a kid that, you know, that produces a ton of speed. He's got great hockey sense. He's exciting off the rush. He's got to learn some of the defensive, you know, structure of our team, and learning that the game of the NHL is not easy. Being at 19 years old, it's a hard grind. So, but we're looking forward to have him. He's a great kid. He's excited about being here.
Well, I remember when Keller was that kid, Clayton Keller. I remember when he took the ice in his hometown of St. Louis, and to see his ride and the broken leg and to come back and to have the All-Star season. So what should we expect out of him this year?
Well, I believe at the end of the day, he might be the best Coyote in the history of the franchise. I believe at some point in time, he's going to lead us to the playoffs. And he's going to put up a lot of points doing so. You know, I'm not sure that he's our speaking leader, but he's our leader by example of what you do, how you play, how you train, and playing in the big moments. And that's what he does. You know, he really drives the team. And, you know, it's been fun to watch him grow since I've been here. Someone that when I came in was kind of going through a process of struggling. And, you know, the one thing about him that I learned is extremely competitive. And he just worked his way out of it, and he just got better and better. And when our new coach came in, you know, I think they kind of gelled, and kind of Kels took that next step. And even though he faced some injury, it was remarkable that he was able to miss the entire preseason, and he couldn't walk in a straight line, but he could skate.
Wow.
It was kind of amazing to watch him take off last year.
All right, and goaltending. We've seen a number of guys that have come through here, goaltenders for the Coyotes, who are littered around the league. We've seen them all in the postseason. We'd like to see someone stay here and really really anchor it. So where are you at goaltending-wise? How do you solidify that spot going forward?
Well, I think with the two guys we have, with Vejmelka and Ingram, they're both really good goaltenders. It'll work itself out who's the dominant goaltender, or maybe it goes back and forth the whole season. It's nice to have two. I believe with the grind of the NHL, the grind of the position that they're in, I think it's good to have two, and that's what we have right now. And I think one will emerge to take it, but for the most part, I don't mind having two really good goaltenders. It's as a GM, you sleep better at night, So
yeah, not those guys can't go every night for sure, and they have definitely made a case. It seemed like to be the number one guy. So competition is good. As far as the arena goes, you have the mullet magic, but is there kind of a need here? How do you feel about just trying to get that permanent home and what that could do for the franchise?
Well, I think it'd be massive for this franchise. I think it would catapult us into that next level of eliteness. There's a lot of things about Arizona, people that live here, that you love. This is the best place in the world to live. It's got great taxes. It's got great traffic. It's, people are nice people. It's a good place to live. And players know that. It's actually the #1 place in the NHL to play, ranked by the Wives. So it's not a secret. And it makes it easy to recruit the top players here. If we can get the elite training facility with the elite arena, we're going to be one of the #1 teams in the National Hockey League. It's that simple. It's a great place to play, and if we can add in the arena and the training facility and the type of environment we can provide with the coaching and the sports science and all the little things that we already do now, and that's one of the reasons we did so well in free agency, is what we provide for the player. If we can add in the facility and the arena, it's going to put us at an elite level, and we're hoping to get that done very shortly.
All right, how do you get ready for opening night? Any superstitions? Is there just a need to just get this thing going? What is there pacing around the arena? What's it look like for you?
Well, no matter what, it's as a GM, you feel like you don't have much control. I believe in the process as a team, so if you do the process properly, you train properly in the summer, you do all that, you have this good feeling in your heart that, okay, let's go, here we go. And I believe we've done that. The players have paid a huge price in the summer to come in. They're rallied around the team. They're devoted to the team. It's probably, as a GM, the first time I ever walk in the dressing room, and I know every single player there wants to bleed in the desert, and they want to be in the desert. And that's a great feeling. So, but superstitious-wise, I don't know. A little pregame nap, I guess. That helps it.
Well, that's a team that we want to watch, a team that wants to bleed together. Bill Armstrong in studio, once played 3 games with a broken jaw, right?
That is a true story.
Yes.
That is a true story.